Hello everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel Tech with Ankush again. Today I will cover the topic like what is Azure Virtual Network Pairing. Okay. I will give the complete theory on what is Azure Virtual Network Pairing and its uses. Before I start the topic Azure Virtual Network Pairing, let us first see how Azure provides its services across the world. Okay, or how Azure provide the cloud services across the world. Okay, so actually, basically, Azure provide the cloud services in three different ways. Okay, which are mostly used, and there are two other specialized services which Azure provide, but we will consider only the first three, okay, which is here. Microsoft Azure Public Cloud means it's like the standard global Azure environment. Regions like East US, Central India, Southeast Asia, West Europe, etc., used by most commercial customers. Means the Azure which we use for production, like for business, for personal use, it comes under Microsoft Azure Public Cloud. Second is Microsoft Azure Government Cloud, a separate cloud instance for US government agencies and partners. Physically and logically isolated from Azure Public Cloud, meets strict compliance standards Fed ramp high, do DoD, ILS, IL5, CJIS, etc., only available to verified US government entities and contractors. Means Azure provide the second service provided by Azure. It's like a cloud services for US government only. Okay, so it's for that. Third, Microsoft Azure China Cloud, a separate cloud environment operated by 21 VNet, a Chinese partner company to comply with Chinese regulations. Physically separate data centers from the public Azure cloud, requires a separate Azure account and portal. Means China, it's like a China doesn't want to uh, use Azure services in the public uh, cloud. So they have some regulations, Chinese regulations, due to which Microsoft uh, has a is a partner with the Chinese company, and they provide a separate Azure China cloud, same as Microsoft Azure Public Cloud. China has a different cloud environment, that is Microsoft Azure China Cloud. And there are, I already told you, there are two other specialized instances. These are Azure Secret, Government Secret, and Azure Government Top Secret. These are ultra secure air gapped instances for US government workloads, and access is highly restricted. So these are actually used by the US government for secret purpose and top secret purpose. So we don't consider them in Azure. If we generally talk about Azure, provide three uh, services to the regions or across the world. One is Microsoft Azure Public Cloud. One is Microsoft Azure Government Cloud. Microsoft Azure China Cloud. Public Cloud is for everyone. Azure Government Cloud is for US government. Azure China Cloud is for Chinese people. Okay. Now I will come to the topic. What is Microsoft Azure Virtual Network Pairing? So let me start that. So now, what is Azure Virtual Network Pairing, or we can say Azure VNet Peering? It is a feature that allows two or more Azure virtual networks to be connected seamlessly. Once paired, these VNets act as they are part of the same network, enable resources in each VNet to communicate with each other using their private address. So in layman language, let me tell you, as your VNet is VNet pairing is like we made a connection between two virtual networks in Azure by using their private IP address. Okay, and now comes to characteristics of Azure Virtual Network Pairing. So the first point is there are two type of Azure Virtual Network Pairing. One is regional, one is global. Regional virtual network pairing means it connects Azure virtual network that exist in the same region. Global virtual network pairing means it connects Azure virtual network that exist in the different region. So if we let me click on here. So if we talk about this region too, there is the just a second. So if we talk about region 2, okay, here there is a region 1 and there is a region 2, this one. Okay. So in region 1, it has one virtual network, and in region 2, there are two virtual networks. Virtual network 1, sorry, virtual network 2 and virtual network 3. So if we see here, uh, let me check, let me show you. Yeah. So here, this is region, this is a separate region. Okay. This is, in this region, we have two virtual networks, virtual network 2 and virtual network 3. In region 1, we have only one virtual network. Okay. And these two, if like virtual network 2 is connected with virtual network 3, means it is a regional virtual network pairing. And now region 2 and region 1 is connected, so it is global virtual network peering. So it means all virtual network 1, 2, 3, they are interconnected with each other. Virtual network 2 and virtual network 3 both are connected in same region, like it is in east US, it is also in east US, and this is in east I can say west US, this is in east US. Okay. Yeah. So it means the East US, it has two virtual networks and they are connected using regional virtual network pairing, and region 1 and region 2 both are connected using global virtual network pairing. So now let us come to the point 2. We can create a regional pairing of virtual networks in the same Azure public cloud region or in the same China cloud region or in the same Microsoft Azure government cloud region. Means like if we have two VNets, one is VNet A in East US, VNet B in East US, we can connect that. Or we have one VNet in China North and other in China North, we can connect that. Or we have one in VNet in US government Texas and other in VNet 2 in US government Texas, we can connect that. It means like we can do a regional pairing across the same, we can use the regional pairing within the same region. Okay. Second, we can create a global pairing of virtual network in any Azure public cloud region or in China cloud region. Means we can connect VNets across different regions. Like we can connect VNet in East US or VNet in West US, or we can connect VNet in China North and we can connect VNet in China East too. Okay. But cross cloud pairing is not considered because there are three type of uh, cloud services provided by Azure. One is China cloud region, one is government cloud region, and the third is Azure public cloud region. So the cross cloud pairing is not allowed. Means public cloud cannot connect with China cloud, public cloud cannot connect with government cloud, China cloud cannot connect with government cloud. Now the fourth point, global pairing of virtual network in different Azure government cloud isn't permitted. Means we cannot connect virtual networks that are in different Azure government regions using global VNet pairing. Only regional pairing within the same government region is supported. Means VNet, like we have a VNet A in US government Virginia and VNet B in US government Virginia, then regional pairing is will work in the Azure government cloud, but the global pairing is not work. Means we have VNet in US government Virginia region and VNet B in US government Texas region, then the global peering will not work. Got it? And now come to the point 5. So in point 5, after we create a pairing between virtual networks, the individual virtual networks are still managed as separate resources. Means VNet peering only connects the network for traffic flow. It does not merge them into a single network resource. So let me provide the key points. It will make the understanding more clear. Each virtual network keeps its own resource group, address space, and subnet configuration. Retain its own NSG and routing tables, can still be deleted, modified, or managed separately. Means if we do a virtual network pairing, it will not affect any VNets. Okay. So if we can consider in VNet pairing, what we will do, we will build a private bridge between two virtual networks, or in simple words, we can say we can build a bridge between two independent islands. Bridge allows smooth travel like data exchange, but each island is still governed, managed, and maintained separately. So it means VNet during virtual network pairing, it doesn't affect the VNets and its configuration. Okay, so it's just like creating a route between two virtual networks. Now let us come to point 6. Azure Virtual Network can be paired or across subscriptions and tenants. Means virtual network peering is not limited to a single subscription or tenant. We can connect VNet across different organizational boundaries. Like if one organization has one VNet, we can connect with the VNet of another organization. Okay, so it means that. So these are the points which I have already discussed. Okay, characteristics, like 6 points. Now, what are the benefits of Azure Virtual Network Peering? Okay, so the first one is private network connections. When you implement Azure Virtual Network Peering, network traffic between virtual network is private. Traffic between the virtual network is kept on the Microsoft Azure backbone network. No public internet gateways or encryption is required in the communication between the virtual networks. Means if we do a virtual network pairing in Azure, it means Azure is using their network to provide the pairing. It is not, Azure is not using, or Microsoft Azure is not using any external gateways, internet, or encryption method for these connections. Second, strong performance. Because Azure Virtual Network Pairing utilizes the Azure infrastructure, you gain a low latency, high bandwidth connection between resources in different virtual networks. Means Azure Virtual Network Pairing. It uses the Azure infrastructure, so it has low latency, high speed, plus high bandwidth connection. Okay, between the virtual networks. Simplified communication. Azure Virtual Network Pairing lets resources in one virtual network communicate with resource in a different virtual network after the virtual network are paired. Means it means like it's a simplified communication. Means we simply create a connection between two networks, and all the resources under that network will communicate with each other. Okay. Seamless data transfer. We can create an Azure Virtual Network Pairing configuration to transfer data across Azure subscription deployment models and across Azure regions. Means we can simply, if we do a virtual network pairing among two networks in different regions in Azure cloud, then all the there is a seamless data flow, okay, between the two networks, or two, or we can say two resources, or multiple resources or multiple networks. The last point, no resource disruptions. Azure virtual network pairing doesn't require downtime for resource in either virtual network when creating the pairing or after pairing is created. Means if we have two virtual networks already, and there are resources which are in running state, and if we want to make a virtual network pairing between two virtual networks, in that case we do not need any like we don't need to stop the machines, then we do the virtual network pairing. If the we can simply create a virtual network pairing and the resource will keep running, okay, so it doesn't have a downtime. Plus, after the pairing is created, and also once the pairing will be done, again we don't have to stop our devices or restart our devices, so there is no resource disruptions, or we can say there is no downtime required, okay, during the creation of virtual network pairing or after the creation of virtual network pairing. So today I have just provided the theory about virtual network pairing, and in other videos I will provide the lab plus gateway transist or virtual network pairing lab. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day.